We are group number 3, and we'll be talking about how Pixwiz can implement RPA and AI in their new game, which is KepQuest. And throughout this presentation, we'll be talking about the introduction of the project and the identification of key areas for improvement, the use of RPA and AI, the risks and the opportunities for the company, our recommendations, the implementation and the plan of action, and finally, the conclusion. So going into the project and what we found out as the areas for improvement, we see that the gaming industry is traditionally heavily manual labor based. So a lot of the processes including the planning, conceptualization, development of the games, as well as provision of customer support and quality assurance, all depend on manual labor in a game development process. So for Pixix as well, this is the same, and we found key areas for improvement, which can be integrated with RPA and AI and help the organization improve its customer satisfaction furthermore. First of all, looking at the quality assurance aspect, we found out that most of the quality assurance tasks are done by humans, and they spend a lot of time and effort doing it. So there's when a product is planned to be released, all the mistakes, the bugs, and errors in the games have to be identified manually, and that is a heinous task. So that's one key area for improvement. And then in the development process, there are a lot of additional post-script builds that need to be developed to make the game suitable for the target platforms. So that's another key area that can be improved. Then talking about the user retention and satisfaction, it's a mandatory requirement for game development companies to retain users within their game in the long run, which is also currently done using manual systems. And there are certain individuals who analyze and provide users with some kind of special incentives to make this happen. And talking about the player behavior analysis and effective level progression, this is also something that can be improved using different aspects of AI, where players can be given progression throughout their levels, depending on how well or how they interact with the game, how well they play the game, and how much they play the game. Then we can also get into predictive analysis using different web mining tools, where we can examine player behavior throughout the game and engage in different tasks, which is also usable through AI and RPA. Another major area for improvement we saw is, since this is an MMO where players will be interacting with other players online, there are situations where players can get together, form alliances, and which can lead to certain ethical problems. So this is another key area that we found out, which can be improved using RPA and AI. Laksigan will talk to you a lot more on these areas. So over to you, Laksigan.
Thank you, Radhi. So now we will focus on how RPA and AI can be applied to the areas we have found out. So generally, what RPA is, usually we have done so far is automating the repetitive tasks, which mirrors like human work. While AI is more broader concept, where usually nowadays factories, machineries use to handle complex tasks, cut cost, and enhance product. So now we have followed approach to compare RPA and AI in a way which area that we have defined earlier would benefit in the RPA or AI, and what kind of strength and limitation we can find out. For example, if we take quality assurance, so Radhish mentioned what are the problems we faced in quality assurance, but when we apply RPA here, we can use the RPA software agents, we can streamline testing procedures in the background, and also eliminate the need for mutual intervention, where AI can only perform a little bit. Likewise, in development process, so Pixvis has a policy of doing their development process by going for a franchise company. So when their game evolves, there might be expansion of games. So they can't, that would be infeasible for them to carry on. So when RP robots other agents are used here, they can automate most of the workflows and allowing stakeholders to focus more on primary tasks. And there are obviously software nowadays for RPA bots such as Elco Q&A. And when it comes to user retention and satisfaction, RP robots can step into here, automating the process like loyalty rewards, promotions, and even handling live in-games issue and enhancing user experience. And also it can learn certain aspects where the experience of gamers would increase. And when it comes to AI, obviously it is more on the predictive and classification side. So players behavior can be modeled using AI driven models dynamically and adjust levels based on players performance and also their demonstrated skills on the games. And also they can analyze a player's behavior through the data mining. And also social relationship analysis. Here AI can detect and address the ethical concern like gold farming techniques in a in-game feature and also in offline characteristics by learning the data. So these are the areas which RPA is going to focus more and also AI is going to focus more. But if you look at the advantages, here we can see RPA can obviously make the repetitive task efficiently. So here the quality assurance development process involves certain repetitive tasks, so they can be improved and also the accuracy and reliability of those repetitive tasks could be increased further. But if we were to solely apply RPA on all these areas, there may be a lack of adaptability because the MMO field is very much dynamic. And if we were to apply AI only, we might have certain edges such as learning and adaptation, and also which can learn the player behavior analysis on also their ethical dilemmas. And also it can make complex decision making, which a simple human can't make. And also when we apply RPA, we might only use structured and semi-structured data. But here AI can learn unstructured data as well. But if we were to use AI only again, it might be resource intensive and also there may be potential for bias. So how we can face this limitation is we can create a synergy where AI and RPA will complement each other works. For example, RPA can handle the data entry task, data fed into the AI model, ensuring the AI algorithm will perform perfectly. So that's about the usefulness of RPA and AI. Next slide, over to you.
Thank you, Laksigan. AI presents tremendous opportunities for the gaming industry. It also brings various challenges and risks that developers and stakeholders must address. Some of the opportunities that they face are presented here. Firstly, they can enhance the gaming experience in various aspects according to the preferences of the gamers. The preferences of the gamers are a subjective matter. Identifying and addressing those accordingly would be harder but more beneficial. We can identify the patterns of their preferences by analyzing data. Secondly, AI technology can be used to create more immersive and engaging gaming experiences. Personalized content and more intelligent game mechanics such as ability to create more realistic and intelligent virtual opponents where players compete against sophisticated computer algorithms and create realistic environment with the game can be done with this AI technology. Then AI makes it easier for a wider range of developers to create appealing online games. This means Pigswiz can create more creative and innovative games for players. When it comes to the risks, next slide, please. When it comes to the risks, many recent studies reinforce the addictiveness of online games. This is a good aspect when it comes to the company's perspective, which means Pixvis's games that are powered by AI and RPA would be highly interesting. But when it comes to the society, it is not good. Therefore, there is a high probability that the gaming industry would be restricted by laws and regulations to mitigate addiction and negative psychological consequences. And as a responsible corporate, Pixvis also should consider the user well-being. Secondly, there is a risk of perpetuating harmful stereotypes or reinforcing negative behaviors among gamers. Developers need to be careful about avoiding spreading harmful narratives. Thirdly, the use of AI in gaming raises concerns about data privacy and security. As AI algorithms collect and analyze vast amounts of data about player behavior, there's a risk that this data could be misused or stolen. Not only that, with the emergence of AI, anyone can build an attractive online game at a minimum effort. Therefore, there's a high risk of emerging competitors other than the existing ones in the gaming industry and games developed by the third-party hardware manufacturers. Therefore, striking a balance between innovation, player well-being, and ethical considerations will be crucial in shaping the future of AI-powered gaming. Next slide, please. As I mentioned before, data analysis plays a big role in the industry. Here are some aspects of data that we should analyze when we formulate strategies for the business. Demographics reveal player insights, guiding personalized experiences and targeted marketing. Purchasing patterns unveil trends, optimizing strategies for peak buying times. Player feedback drives improvement, refining gameplay and enhancing the player experience. In-game purchases and revenue trends inform marketplace and marketing strategies, ensuring player satisfaction. Monetization techniques and churn data refine our financial approach and player engagement. By analyzing these data, we can pave the way for innovation and player-centric design. Over to you, Abid.
Thank you, Kamini. So, looking at the recommendation, as a first point, automating answering inquiries and handling complaints. To handle this, we can use interactive voice responses. IIR system allow customer to navigate through an automated menu option to find answer to common queries or reach the right departure quickly. In addition to that, implementing AI chatbot is ideal for handling both structured and unstructured questions from the gaming community. An AI chatbot can analyze and identify customer inquiries from the complaints, providing real-time experience. So next point, we are going to RPA and AI can how reduce the repetitive stuff. So RPA can automate the entry of cost of advertising, system maintenance, and game creation, as well as gather and enter expenditure data into finance system using payment and receipt. So an RPA bot can automate the productions of report and revenue summaries, which can be regularly sent to the stakeholders. So moving on to the next point, enhancing cybersecurity. So in that point, RPA with predefined rules can automate the monitoring of in-game activities, highlighting the suspicious patterns and the behaviors. And AI system in real time can examine the differentiate between legitimate player and the potential threats. We have seen that value of the graph-based relationship in identify gaming bots, which can be created and analyzed automatically using RPA. So by integrating RPA, we can improve and employ a generalized game board detection framework which enguard, automate data collection and pre-processing, while AI efficiently identify and counter both activities using clustering and classification. So moving to last point, we can automate the process of reviewing credit card application for inconsistent with RPA. So this includes searching the duplicate application, inaccurate information, and application from the client with the history of fraud. So to enhance the security further, we can construct detection model using AI. This model can recognize fraudulent transaction history and flagging transaction that deviate from the customer, typically spending patterns or occur in distant location from their home address. So it can be trained on the historical fraud transaction data. So in conclusion, we can say that these strategies will help us to enhance cybersecurity, streamline operations, and create a safer game environment. So over to you, Vishal.
The need for center of excellence in RPA and AI is paramount in today's fast-paced business environment. It serves as a linchpin, harmonizing our entire organization into a comprehensive and robust automated system, allowing us to leverage the benefits of AI. The objective of our RPA and AI Center of Excellence are threefold: enhancing online gaming performance while aligning with organizational goals, enable data-driven decision-making, and mitigate manual repetitive processes, assist in using AI for better analysis and predictions in every business functionality. Step 1 involves studying the organization comprehensively. Specialists from each department will identify opportunities for automation. Top-level management and end users will also be involved in decision-making, ensuring a holistic approach to automation. In step 2, we design and optimize processes based on the gathered information. Job roles will be modified and created, and training programs will be designed to fill knowledge gaps. Risk assessments and mitigation strategies will be integral to this step. Moving to step 3, we choose the right RPA and AI tools and integrate them into our processes. Compliance with standards and policies, along with comprehensive employee training, is paramount in this step. Step 4 involves a progressive implementation across the organization. Pilot projects in less complex areas will help assess flexibility, and lessons learned will be applied to the full-scale implementation. With the project implemented, Step 5 focuses on monitoring and controlling. Continuous data collection and feedback loops will allow us to make improvements and ensure the project's success. In conclusion, the RPA and AI Center of Excellence is not just a project. It's a strategic initiative for the future success of PixWiz. By aligning our process and leveraging the cutting-edge technologies, we are paving the way for a more efficient, responsive, and successful future. Over to you, Vidushi.
Now I will elaborate you through the plan of action of RPA and AI Center of Excellence. So in the first few months of the initial year, the company should engage in studying their processes well. And after that, the goals and objectives of the Center of Excellence is established. And then the required job roles and the people will be allocated. In the start of the second year, these job roles will be trained. And in that sense, the tools that are required are planned, and also the integration process is carried out. And after all these processes, the pilot implementation of the projects is done. And in that point, the process of risk assessment and monitoring and control is started, and it will end at the end of the project. Also, the project rollout period, it will commence in the latter part of the third year. Now I will elaborate you upon the reporting structure. Next slide, please. So starting from the RPA sponsor, who will represent the business side of the project, and they are responsible for the overall robotic strategy. And the change manager, they will be involved in creating and executing change management strategies, and they will also address any issues regarding that. The supervisors will basically look upon the digital workforce of the Center of Excellence. The team leader will be accountable for the Center of Excellence overall strategy and direction. The business analyst will evaluate the current business procedures, and they will record requirements, and also they will bridge the technical team and the business stakeholders. The infrastructure engineer will ensure the availability of the RPA infrastructure. They will provide technical assistance and also support the system integration. The service support will act as the first line of support for the users of the RPA solutions. And the operations manager will conduct the RPA environment's operational aspects. And finally, the developer will conduct the deployment of the RPA solutions. Radish?
Yes, so our team members took you through how we can implement RPA and AI in different aspects of the business and how it will improve the business overall performance from a development perspective as well as from a customer perspective. So in conclusion, the integration of AI and RPA technologies in this business is not just a step forward, it's a giant leap for the company. So these tools will help the organization personalize the gameplays, improve the in-game assistance, and enhance the overall immersion for the players, while simultaneously streamlining the development process, reducing manual tasks, and empowering the developers to innovate faster. So continuing the business activities by integrating this AI and RPA technologies will help Pixwiz stay ahead of its competition and deliver the best solutions to their customers. So it's a win-win situation for Pixwiz going ahead with this project and the Center of Excellence. And that sums up our presentation. Thank you for listening.